Good morning. I'm honored to be one of your keynote speakers. I've been leading innovation at Hyundai Motor Group, so I want to share our mobility vision. Since 2016, I've been back here every year, except during the pandemic, so this is my fifth trip. There are so many reasons, but let me just mention three of them. First, Israel is the best example of a startup nation in the world. Second, this is where most of the groundbreaking ideas pop up. And last but not least, it's where we opened Cradle in 2018 as our global hub for open innovation. So in short, this is the perfect place to find the best ideas and best partners for our next growth engine. You will all agree that for the past 5 years, it's been very exciting time for everyone in the mobility industry. New technologies and business models are rapidly transforming our traditional industry by connecting with external ecosystems. With the shift to service-integrated mobility solution, the ownership and usage of cars is changing, as is our role as a car manufacturer within this very dynamic ecosystem. As one of the leading smart mobility solution provider, we are innovating all aspects of MECA, which stands for smart mobility, electrification, connectivity, and autonomous. Let me cover them in a little more detail. First, what do we mean by smart mobility? Our future mobility solution is expanding to full range of mobility. First of all our electric vehicle models will use the same platform called eGMP. Our purpose-built vehicle for B2B segment is an eco-friendly urban vehicle that is highly customizable. Our advanced air mobility subsidiary is now branded as Supernal. Last but not least, through the acquisition of Boston Dynamics, we will be able to integrate robot into our mobility ecosystem. We are very much committed to work within this ecosystem to enhance our capabilities. We understand that innovation and technology is not a monopoly, and we want to work together with the best partners to build the best platform and business models. To give a few examples, we invested in Rimac in order to boost the performance of our electric vehicles. And we also invested in Arriver in UK to strengthen our PBB offering for commercial electric bus and vans. In addition to these strategic investments, we built up a strong partnership with Coupang, which is one of the most innovative e-commerce giants in Korea. So Hyundai is committed to becoming fully carbon neutral by 2045. By 2030, our entire Genesis fleet will be fully electrified. By 2035, our entire EU market lineup, and by 2040, all major markets will be fully electrified. In order to meet our carbon neutrality commitment, we must manufacture almost 2 million electric vehicles in 2030. Therefore, our production capabilities must be transformed. That's why we have established the Hyundai Motor Group Innovation Center in Singapore. which will start actually rolling out Ionic 5 from the end of this year. As our global testbed, we will experiment with demand-driven manufacturing, lean production, and digital transformation through Industry 4.0. By the year 2030, 30% of Hyundai's revenue will be from software and services through mobility, connectivity, and data business. Motional robotaxi service using Ionic 5 Level 4 platform will be commercially available in the US next year. We are actually experimenting with car subscription models in different geographies while partnering with Uber and Grab. We are committed to invest around $10 billion to enhance our technology stack and invest in global startups. In this regard, our open innovation activities through Cradles, which are our global innovation hubs, will take a new turn. During the past 5 years, we opened 5 such hubs, starting first with one in Silicon Valley, followed by right here in Tel Aviv, Berlin, Beijing, and recently in Singapore. We also have a creative talent platform called the 01 in Seoul. So all these 6 locations are well connected with each other and offer a global innovation ecosystem. Hyundai Cradle in Tel Aviv, as one of the Hyundai's global innovation hubs, has been playing an important role with 3 core activities in Israel. First, the open innovation, then the strategic investments, and partnership development. So Israel is a cornerstone to Hyundai's innovation strategy. We admire the passion for entrepreneurship and creativity. We also are witnessing the transformation from startup nation to scale-up nation, and we believe that Israel will continue to be pivoted, to become pivotal actually to our strategy. Let me go into a little more detail one by one. In order to prove disruptive technologies during the pandemic, we have significantly enhanced our capabilities to test the technologies in Israel. We have conducted a series of testing in the field by transforming Kia Niro into a driving testbed with computer and recording capabilities that can run a wide variety of use cases. We invite you to our pavilion just outside to view these capabilities for yourself. We are a strategic investor, which means we invest for generating mutual value for Hyundai and startups. We will only invest with long-term collaboration roadmap after a thorough validation with the startup. These are some examples of strategic collaboration targeting to create lasting value. Autopia for autonomous vehicles for supporting teleoperations, and for example, smart glass Gauzy, and voice command in noisy space by Cardone. In order to capture promising opportunities in local areas in Israel, we have invested in 16 startups during the last 5 years. Our open innovation partnership with the Tabura Livnat Group and Ungar family of Tarkar, which has been branded Quantum Hub, is a good example. What I'd like you to remember for all of this is 3 things. First, as the leading smart mobility solution provider, Hyundai Motor Group will drive innovation by introducing smart mobility solutions, electrifications, and software competitiveness. Second is during the past 5 years, we opened 5 global innovation hubs called the Cradle in Silicon Valley, Tel Aviv, Berlin, and Beijing, and Singapore. Last is our 3 approaches in Israel is open innovation, strategic investment, and partnership development. So I'm thrilled that I was able to actually make this trip and share our vision and what we have been actually been fortunate to accomplish here in the last 5 years. So I welcome you to engage with Hyundai through Cradle. We also hope that we can brainstorm with your creative ideas and showcase your technology on a vehicle level and eventually work together to disrupt the mobility industry. Thank you for your attention.